Wayne, I know you have those tea sessions in the morning with your beloved.
Yes.
And more, and the private moments that you've shared with me, just about the connection that you guys have. What has that meant for you to have the support of your beloved?
Oh, it's everything. She's added color to my palette. She's
You got that gray all colored up.
just, I mean, my face is glowing now, but she introduced beauty into my life, and that was. I love doing and accomplishing, and I have that energy just online, and I love showing up really big in the world, but slowing down and just being with simplicity has been the greatest gift that she's given to me. In the beginning, she used to call me out on like all my shit. You know, you need to slow down, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do that. And I'm like, man, this feels like my nagging mom, and I resisted all of it. And then one day she stopped nagging and she just did it herself. She went in the corner, created an altar, was clipping roses. She started singing and dancing. And it was the most beautiful thing for me to witness in my home. I'm like, this is our home, but there's Claudia's space in the corner, and that space is sacred to her. And so she really introduced what sacred was to me before I even knew what it was in her own way. And since then, in our relationship, I now sink into that sacred with her, and we get to do sacred together. And we've been in tea practice. She's been in it for years, but I've been in it daily for the last year. And it's a softening and it's a listening. And it's been the greatest gift, because I'm able to then bring it to my daughters, to Aubrey and Bella, who are 9 and 12. So when I show up to them, I bring my rituals, my little things, and I bring my safety now. I bring my presence. The words that my daughter said was, "Dad, you scare me." And those were the words that pierced me in a way that I said, there's no way I can do this anymore. There's no way I can continue to do what I keep doing. Now, the only words I hear from my daughters are like, "I love you. I miss you. I can't wait to be with you. Let's go play." Because I've been able to show up in a way that makes them feel so supported and seen.
Yeah. Bless Claudia, bless Julie, bless Hannah for the encouragement. There is no greater force in this universe for a man than love of a beautiful woman. And I also understand the relationship with your daughter's mother had also transformed as a result of your own transformation. You care to like speak to that and like, you know, and how that continues to unfold, because that's a real thing too. I'm also a co-parent. And so when we're talking about all of our relations, it means all of our relations, even the baby mamas. And sometimes those are the hardest relations to, you know, we're talking in a very beautiful, romantic way, but there's a real aspect of what it means to hold the entirety of our families. You know, and so how's that journey been?
Yeah, that was the one that I had shelved for the repair for later. I was like, I'm going to do all of these things and work on myself and do this, and I'll kind of tend to that, but I ultimately shelved it. And I hid some of my interactions that I had with her from people. I was completely out of alignment in that I was acting as though I had it together, but there was this residue over here that I wasn't fully taking care of. And I had to really go inside and take a look at that space to make sure that I had excavated that which needed to be excavated. And I really had to go much deeper. And after I got deeper, I was able to then have really healthy conversation. And we were able to then share from a space that wasn't coming from shooting that arrow anymore. And it was like, I'm fully taking ownership of if I'm going to be late or if their hair wasn't brushed. You know, simple little things like that created cosmic explosions. I just took responsibility and ownership, and I said, I'm totally recognizing what you need. I hear you. It must have been super frustrating. And then I could feel her nervous system kind of decompress, and I had to go on the journey of reestablishing trust and safety with her in the co-parenting, which is an ongoing process. And I finally came back to love and got away from shooting that arrow. And then it's really made it able for me to be with my children in a good way, because they're going to feel that energy, that dissonance within us, even if we think we're hiding it in emails. children can feel everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. There was a piece in there too where you said, the girls were in it where, they're passing messages back. Mom said this, dad said
Messenger.
this. And now you're not experiencing that.
Exactly. Yeah. I said, come to me with it rather than the girls. I'm here for it. Let's get into it in a healthy way. If it needs to be a phone call, we can drop in on the phone.
Yeah.
Just like, let's go there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how many men and women are out there in toxic co-parenting relationships because of the way society has molded us into nuclear families, but then even exploded the nuclear families. With all of, I don't really claim to know why, but it just seems like divide and conquer, even all the way into the home. And so how many men and women could benefit from hearing just how powerful it could be to get honest, to take ownership, to actually have responsibility. And this is not just for men. This is not to emasculate or disempower our brothers out there to say like, oh, you have to own everything. But once you do as a man, men lead by saying, follow me. Women lead by saying, come to me. Right? And in my estimation, the men need to go first. And when you choose to go first, watch what happens. Watch the softening. Watch the safety that's created in the relationships, because that's where it is.
And it made it easier.
Yeah. Oh man,
My life
gets
is
way
easy.
better.
It's so much easier.
It's so much better when you're
Moving
out of the
through.
toxic patterns and cycles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.